What do you think would be the worst case scenario for government-enforced mass mandatory vaccinations?
I could see a potential worst-case scenario where the government would force people to get vaccinated in quarantine, evolving out of either what's taking place right now, which is people getting vaccinated, shedding or transmitting a very easily recombined virus that picks up other genes from more deadly viruses, or actually a laboratory-loosed agent, such as having your Central Intelligence Agency, as was done with the anthrax mailings. They were heavily implicated because it was a CIA's project called Clear Vision that gave rise to the agent that was mailed. We know that specifically. It was a CIA operation called Clear Vision wherein that hyper-weaponized strain of anthrax was produced and then loosed. The same kind of thing could happen here, whereby if the agent wasn't mutating fast enough to give the government and the drug industrialists adequate fuel for their propaganda and for this whole fear and fright campaign, what they could do is easily loose from their own laboratories a far worse agent than H1N1. That could recombine easily with H1N1, or it could be a recombinant that was already prepared in the laboratory. At which point then, the mainstream media would have a field day. Rupert Murdoch in his News Corps, Thomas Glocer from Reuters News Service, both of which have intricate ties to the drug industrialists who are advancing H1N1 swine flu vaccinations and profiting, in essence, off of humanity's suffering. These people would have a field day with their media, and it would advance the drug cartel's agenda. This is highly reminiscent of the fascist state and the propaganda mechanisms that were used during World War II in Nazi Germany. Joseph Goebbels prided himself for his pioneering statement that you tell a lie long enough, eventually you'll believe this truth. And the greater the lie, the more people will believe it. The greatest lie that's ever been told insofar as vaccinations is concerned is that the polio vaccines eradicated polio and that smallpox vaccines eliminated smallpox. The concept that people need to go get vaccinated for public health is likewise reminiscent of Nazi Germany, where millions of people were lined up going into the gas chambers that were told they were going into showers for disinfection for public health. Today, we go get vaccinated for public health and infection prevention. And if you look at the companies that have evolved since World War II, there's a lot of families that are still heavily involved and using this whole opportunity to be an entrepreneur in making money off of humanity's fright and suffering with H1N1.